Alright, so let's say that I wanted to find the derivative of secant x times tangent x. So how would I do this? So I would use the rules that I said in a previous video about finding the derivatives of trigonometric functions in order to solve this problem, and I would also be using the product rule. So let's get started with solving this question. So first, I would take I would split this into two parts. So first, I'm going to call this first part f. I'll call this secant x. So f is equal to secant x, and I'll call the second one g, and we'll say that's tangent x. So now let's use the product rule, and I'm going to write that out just for reference as I solve the problem. The product rule is f times g prime is equal to f times g prime plus f prime times g. So now let's try to use this to solve this question. So f is just secant x, so again, I'm going to call this fg prime, and f is secant x, g is tangent x, and we're trying to find the derivative. This is equivalent if I know this right here. So just to save me some space later on as I solve the question. So f is going to equal secant x, multiply that by g prime, which is the derivative of tangent x, which we know from the rules is secant squared x. And then we're going to add this to f prime, which is the derivative of secant x, which is secant x tangent x. So secant x tangent x, and I think I might need some space, so maybe I should write that down here. So plus secant x tangent x multiplied by g, which is just tangent x. So now let's try to simplify. Remember that secant squared x is equal to secant x squared. These two are equivalent. So let's keep that in mind and solve this question. So this is going to equal secant x times secant x times secant x, essentially this top part. So this can be written as secant cubed x. This top part can be written as secant cubed x plus this part here can be rewritten as secant x times tangent x, which is tangent squared x. And so this is your answer. I hope you found this video helpful.